Hello everyone, in this video we are going to discuss about PHP variables. So this is the third video of this series. Now, what are PHP variables? Variables in PHP are simply the containers that contain some value. So for creating and declaring PHP variables, we will start a new file in our IDE Atom. So come here and next we'll first save this file as variables.php. I think we saved it in a different location, so actually it should be here. PHP. Now first writing the PHP syntax. Variables in PHP start with a $sign followed by the name of the variable. So first we will write some, and in PHP, as you may be aware of other languages like C, C++, Java, there are types, but in PHP there are no types. We have directly write a variable and assign a value to it. If I'm using string, then I have to use double quotes and write the value in it, like I'm using here. I'm string, and you can see the beauty of PHP. Simply we have to write the value and type is automatically x1 and 10.5. You can see there are no worries for the type. We have simply write the variable and assign a value to it. Type is automatically detected by the runtime. So when we execute, first we will execute this on the browser, but nothing will be shown there. First we have to echo it, echo, then and $x. We'll save this and we'll come to browser, and PHP basics will write. Just type this and in here variables.php. You can see I'm string 5 and 10.5. So this is coming in a single line. How to make it in a double different lines? So we have to write, simply you have to write this very code to make it come in a different line. So I'm copying and paste it. Now let us see on the browser. Yes, I'm setting 5 and 10. So this was about how to make output in different lines in PHP. Now PHP is a loosely typed language. In the above example, notes that we did not have to tell PHP which data type the variable is. PHP automatically converts the variable to the correct data type depending on its value. So we have just write the value of a variable and then the type is automatically detected. like in other language, C++, Java, we have to type also. We have to type the data type of variables, otherwise it gives error. But in PHP, it is not the case. Now, coming to the scope of the variables, you can see PHP has three types of variables as per the scope, like local, global, and static. Now, global and local scope. So the variable declared outside a function has a global scope and can only be accessed outside a function. So let's write a code here about the scope of variables. Global and local scope. I'm declaring a variable as equal to 5. Function madhyamu in this function I cannot access the global variable. This means this variable s equal to 5, which is declared outside the function, cannot be accessed in this function. So I am trying to access it like echo $s. Then I will call this function my demo. We'll save the code and we will see on the browser what happens. You can see global and local scope, undefined variable s on line 7. So you can see in the line 7 I have accessed the variable which is declared outside the function. This means that this variable is not accessible in this function. Now I am declaring another variable here. Now we can see that we'll save the code, and this variable is local this time, and it will be easily accessed by this function. First I have written this function from here to here. Execute function, we have to call this. So I'm calling this function. I'm saving the code and we will see on the browser what happened. Scope 10.5. So this is the comment which comes here. I think I have declared it outside it, that's why it's coming here. .5. So this was about scope of a variable in PHP. You can try different examples at your end. Now we can give another example of PHP in which we declare the global variable. We use the global keyword now. So now, how to access the global variables inside a function? So this is a limitation of PHP. We cannot access the global variables, but PHP has a solution for this. So first we will declare some variable. D is equal to 30. Then in order to access it here, we have tried global and the name of variable. Name of variable is D. So we are using it as our value, and we do not need this. Save this and come to the browser and refresh the page. 10 and 30, 10.5 and 30. So we will make it in different lines in dot. You can see the value 30 is here. So this was about how to access global variables inside a function. Now if we want when the function is called, the variables are created for that function, and when the function is returned, so all the variables inside that function are deleted from the memory. So now the next thing is we will see the static keyword in PHP. So how to declare a variable static. Now static keyword in PHP. So normally when a function is called or completed, all of its variables are deleted. However, sometimes we want a local variable not to be deleted. We need it for a further job. To do this, use a static keyword when you first declare a variable. For example, I am here declaring a function. Function name is demo, and we will declare a variable as static inside it, as equal to 20. So we will echo it, as this one may be needed sometimes, that's why it's better to write it. So we will increment this variable now. This is the increment operator. We'll discuss it in operators. Now I'm calling this function 3 times. What we will see the value of this s is returned when we call the function for the first time. It will be declared as 20, then 20 will be printed, and now it will be incremented. Then when we call it again, and 21 should be printed on the screen, and then 22. So let us save this file and see it on the browser. Let's refresh the page. 20, 21, 22. So this was how to retain the value of variables inside a function by declaring them static. So this was about static variable in PHP. Now coming to the next topic. Thank you. See you in the next video.